Yeah. So.
Would you all like to sit down? Of course. Please proceed and have a seat. I'd like to welcome everyone home. This is your home away from home. Today is quite a special day for the class of 1962, their 50-year reunion. For the 9th year in a row, we're having this special ceremony called the Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Club Induction Ceremony to honor all of you and all that you've done and hopefully will continue to do for Gallaudet. Thank you. I know one thing that we have in common is that we love Gallaudet, right? Yes. We cherish this place because it's more than a university, it's our home. Today is also a special day for me. I performed this ceremony here at Gallaudet University as Gallaudet's 10th president. We have to date given out 300 medallions. This is a very special moment for me, and I feel honored to have this honor and experience these important milestones. I'm more than pleased to be here with you today to honor your classes for your loyalty and dedication to Gallaudet University. I'd like to step back in time and share with you some of the interesting things I've learned and then compare the past to today. In 1952 and 1962, those classes, we looked at the notes from those classes. How many students do you think we had? 241 in 1952. In 1962, that went up. 492 students. And today, 1,674 students. We've come a long way. When we look at the class statistics, 1962 had 106 classmates that entered Gallaudet, 49 earning BA or BS degrees. 49 out of 106. The fees, do you remember how much you paid in fees? In 1952, it was $700 per year, which included tuition, room and board, and laundry services. Laundry was even included. Very interesting. In 1962, laundry was also included, but the fees went up to $900 per year. Now today, my goodness, $21,677 per year, not including laundry. That's a lot. the budget to operate Gallaudet University in 1952 was a mere $390,000. 1962, $1,724,900. That's $1,724,900. Now, $171 million. That number continues to grow. Now, looking at the number of majors we offered. In 1952, do you remember how many we had? It was 6. In 1962, that went up to 19 majors. Today, we have 37 undergraduate majors and 14 graduate level programs, as well as PhD programs altogether. Do you remember who the President of the United States was in 1952 who signed your diploma? Harry S. Truman. And that was S without the period, right? Harry S. Truman. And who was president in 1962? Yes, JFK. In the fall of 1952, well, actually in 1947, the prep year, you were donning buff and blue caps with the word rat and that emblem on them. You also witnessed the revival of varsity football. The team had been dropped in 1937 and was resurrected in 1947. 8 class members had suited up for the team when they played one game, but they lost 13-8, playing against Montgomery College. Who have you played that game? I see Frank. I see some others in the audience. Now in 1952, that was the era, the editor of the Buff and Blue was Bernard Bragg. So during the senior year, he was recognized as one of the nation's best small college newspaper editors. There were several who assisted Bernard Bragg with the Buff and Blue. Sally, LaFleur, Pimentel. Where's Sally? There you are. Kenneth Lane, Joe Copas, Willard Madsen, and Frank Turk. Frank Turk was the sports editor, and he's still writing to this very day. Both of them are writing to this very day. Now in 1962, if you remember, at that time, Russia had launched Sputnik. Scared us to death. That was October the 4th of 1957. That was an event that changed the world, and Gallaudet changed as well. Especially the prep class. A month later, Sputnik 2 launched with the dog. If you remember, the dog's name was Laika. That rocket and the dog soared into space. Later, the prep class of the time built a snow rocket. Do you remember what it was called? Prepnik. Wonderful. And in 1962, someone mentioned that, you know, the sneak day trip? Someone was telling me that in your senior year, you decided to break with tradition of having the senior sneak day for that 24-hour time frame. But you went out to the camp, which was called Camp Big Meadows in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and you didn't come back after 24 hours, but it was 48 hours. Can you imagine the supervisors watching for when you were going to get back? And that's when the freshman boys dug a gigantic hole, planning to throw the guys in for a mud bath. How many of you had to go in there for that mud bath? All right. I'm sure those door monitors were not happy about that, right? Now, when we look at sports, in 1952, at that time, there were 5 inter-college sports teams: football, cross country, basketball, wrestling, and track and field. There were no formalized women's sports at that time. They did participate in intramural sports, however. Later, in 1962, the men's continued to have 5 sports and also added swimming. And women then started with field hockey, basketball, swimming, and volleyball. So that was the beginning of women's sports. And of course, we have outstanding women athletes. In 2012, both men and women's teams have 6 teams in common. And now with Title IX, we have to have an equal number of sports teams for both genders. And they all compete very well. We have basketball, cross country, soccer, swimming, track and field, volleyball, and the men also have football and baseball. Women now have softball and cheerleading. So in conclusion, as I look around, I see living proof that a liberal arts education that we offer here at Gallaudet has made a huge impact on post-secondary education, employment, and experience of people's lives. Leadership, both in civic areas and professional and deaf organizations. You've set a very high standard for today's students. So please do wear your Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Club medallion throughout this weekend. People will recognize you then for your 50 years, and some even more than 50 years of being a Gallaudet alum. Today we celebrate, and on behalf of Gallaudet University, we want to thank you for representing your alma mater so very well. Thank you.
Congratulations. Wow, I'm so delighted to see you all here for this special recognition. I remember back to the year 2004 when I was sitting watching both my parents receive their medallions. So sitting back there gave me that sense of pride for all of them, and I have that same pride for all of you. I'd like to thank Gallaudet University for hosting this program, for setting this up, the Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Program, as well as making sure that this can happen within the schedule of such a busy weekend here during homecoming. There is such a strong tie between the university and its alumni, so we want to say thank you. So we've had more than 18,000 Gallaudet alumni, as well as the GUAA Board of Directors, who join me in congratulating you for your 50 plus years of loyalty and service to this wonderful alma mater, Gallaudet University. Now I'd like to give you some details about the medallion. If you look to the front face of the medallion, you'll see that it's flanked with the tower clock, as well as the inscription of the Alumni Emeriti Club. You can also see that it has the 13 stars. And on the back of the medallion, you'll see that it's Gallaudet's emblem, which was established in 1864. So as you wear this medallion, wear it with pride. and with love for Gallaudet. Since we started this program, we've seen that a lot of our members have worn this to different events. So Gallaudet University breakfast events, chapter events. People are often wearing them whenever they're attending a Gallaudet-related event. So again, wear these medallions with pride, and congratulations. Greetings. My name is Stephanie Johnson, and I'm currently the president for the student body government. I'd like to welcome all of you here today for this beautiful occasion, and I'm honored to be here. It's great to see that each individual came to be recognized. This is a beautiful place. I've come in from time to time and admired the history that had taken place here. I wish that I could be a part of the graduation ceremonies that used to happen in this room. But unfortunately, we have such a large class that we have our ceremonies elsewhere. On behalf of the students, we'd like to thank all of you for serving as wonderful role models. From the various parts in which you live around the world, you represent this university so well. And the reason why we've chosen to come to Gallaudet is because of all of you. There may have been a point in our lives that we had met one of the alumni. And since that point, we've been set on coming to this university ourselves. So we'd like to thank you for all of that and all that you've done for Gallaudet. And we want to thank you for continuing Gallaudet's legacy, for continuing to share the story of Gallaudet with each individual that you talk to. This is just one point in time in your entire life, your Gallaudet experience. But the bond that we've created from being here is so great. And that's the reason why you've all come back today. So thank you for that. We'd like to ask that you continue to support the scholarships that are here at Gallaudet to support the needs of the students who come in the future. And again, the student body government would like to congratulate you for this great honor. So again, congratulations, and feel free to pat each other on the back. I know that this weekend will be a busy one, but we'd like to ask you to take some time to visit the students, to talk with them about your Gallaudet years. We definitely would appreciate it. Thank you.
As Provost of Gallaudet University, Mr. President, upon recommendation of the university, I have the honor of presenting to you the Gallaudet alumni members of the 50-plus class years to you. Will all the alumni members of the Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Club please stand and remain standing? Mr. President, the following alumni members have met their requirements for their affiliation with the university as alumni members for 50 years or more.
It is my great honor to recognize the alumni members of 50 years or more with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto to be members of the Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Club. Please be seated.
As your class year and names are called, please come up to the front to receive your medallion. Next, Janice Couch. Next, Janet S. Delac, class of. Congratulations. Next, Janet Grossbauer Deschler, 1962. Next, Deanna Raviola Divi. Next, Larry. And next, we have Lois Moss Falvey, class of 1962. And next, we have Marvin J. Folk. Next, we have John Gannon, class of. Next, we have Joy M. Gibson. Congratulations. James. Next, we have Dorothy. Now, class of 19. Next, we have Pamela Ligon Landishev, class of. Next, Baron Gulak. Congratulations. Let's get a picture. Congratulations. Next, Shirley Hicks. Next, next is Robert. Jordan Norman, class of 62. Arthur D. S.D.L. Proval, class of 60. Lillian L. Cordemus, class of 62. Nancy C. Rowley. Roz Goodstein.
First came here as a 1-year-old.
Eileen of 62. Arlene. Paula J. Slavin, class. Richard F. Smith. Peggy Weaver Suji. Congratulations. Wilma Pruitt, class of 1962. Dennis V. Wernema, class of 62. Marshall Wick, class of 1962.
We actually started working together in 1970 when NTID was first established. I left Gallaudet and came to work here, and he also went to work at NTID. So it seems that we've been doing some switching around here as we've been working and retiring.
Last but certainly not least, right? Paula Esman Wallenhaupt, class of 1962. Congratulations. Now, it is my pleasure to announce that you are now official members of the prestigious alumni group, the Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Club. Congratulations. We will now have a speaker to proceed with our program.
Let me tell you a secret. Class of 62 is proud of the medallions that we wear. Am I right? It is a very special honor to be recognized for our 50-plus years here at Gallaudet. On behalf of the Gallaudet University Alumni Emeriti Club, we thank Gallaudet University, a wonderful liberal arts education facility with great faculty members, cherished memories, and lifelong friendships with classmates and college mates. It's always good to be home. Once again, for old time's sake, we always look forward to the Gallaudet family reunion. As we come here with mighty spirits, renewed friendships, new knowledge, in a familiar and new campus environment. As the years go by, the more we cherish our time with our Gallaudet classmates and friends. Gallaudet University, thank you for everything that you've done for us throughout the years. All right.
you look back to the days you spent here. You remember your days here, right? You saw yourselves grow to reach your goal or pursue new ones, as you know. Always honor your everlasting heritage. You come home to Gallaudet. Your alma mater true. Relive your days of yore. Recall the buff and blue. Stroll on around the green and marvel at the sights. The blend of old and new bring visual delights. Yes, you remember those memories. They will never fade. But they will continue on.
That was a very nice way to end the ceremony. I'd like to be the first to congratulate, or officially congratulate, the exclusive group who have now joined the club. And as you came up here to receive your medallions, this is the largest reunion class that we have had in our history of 50 plus years. When we look back to the first Alumni Emeriti Club, there were a few seats that were in this room, but as time went on, we needed to continue to add in more seats. This year, we actually have seats here from the front all the way to the back of the room and people who are standing along the wall. So obviously this is an important program, and I would like to announce its closure. But before you leave, I'd like just to take one moment to have a class photo. So I need to have our photographer, who's Dick Moore. Where is Dick? I'll need your help in arranging them for the photo. And for those who are here, after the group photo has been taken, we'd like to ask the group to stay, and then members of our audience can take the picture. So first we're going to start with the photographer taking the picture, and in the front row, we'll have the people who either are using scooters or wheelchairs, and then for the steps, probably be using all of them. So make sure that you come up here and stand, and we'll do it row by row. We'll start in the back. We'll start with the last row in the back. Please come forward. And we will be moving the flower arrangements.